Kamen Rider.
Decay, 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 no!
Hi guys, and for today's video, I'm going to be giving you my episode 5 review of Kamen Rider Gavv. Without further ado, let's begin with the review. So the episode starts off with Shoma waking up at a mysterious place, and he finds another Granute, and this Granute is like happy that Shoma's awake and alive and doing well. And at first Shoma's like, what the heck? And so Shoma henshins and starts attacking this Granute, but it turns out this Granute is really friendly and not a threat. And the Granute knows Shoma, and that he knows that Shoma has a red Gavv, and he says that the surgery went well on him. And Shoma's like confused and surprised about what surgery about the red Gavv on him. And then the Granute, the friendly Granute, explains that he knew Shoma's father, and that Shoma's father ordered the surgery on him to give him the red Gavv, basically his henshin device, on him and his powers. And that, the friendly Granute tells him that he's his uncle, and Shoma's like super shocked and surprised. And then after that, we cut to the main villain's hideout or lair, and we see Sheeta and Jeet are talking about how Shoma defeated their agents, and that that they're really surprised that such a weakling defeated their agents, their strong agents, and that they really don't want to fail. So Sheeta and Jeep are trying to figure out how to defeat Shoma. And then we see Lango, another one of our main villains, who's also related to Sheeta and Jeep. And by the way, I forgot to mention this in my other reviews for Kamen Rider Gavv, but the main villains in this series are all related, and plus they found out that they are indeed related to Shoma. And Lango explains that you guys couldn't defeat this weakling, and that your agents couldn't defeat him. So I'm going to take matters into my own hands, but I'm going to give you one more chance to, try to defeat this guy. And if you don't, I'm going to step in. That's basically what he says to Sheeta and Jeep. And then we cut to Hanto, and he's talking to his boss, and that his boss is trying to give Hanto to report on this illegal gambling ring. And Hanto's about to do that until Hanto gets a call from Sachiki, and Sachiki informs Hanto that there is some news about a new monster sighting, that he should go check it out. And Hanto's immediately want to go check it out, and so he goes off to check out this monster sighting, and Hanto's boss is like, okay, you can check this out, but be careful, okay? And then Hanto's like, okay. So Hanto goes to check out the monster sighting, and his boss is like, man, I really hope he's gonna be okay. And then we cut to Suga, and Suga is the scientist that was introduced in last episode, and he's basically working on something that will be very important to next episode. And then we also cut to Shoma talking to his uncle Dente, as that's what he's called, Dente. And so Shoma's talking to his uncle, and his uncle explains that his father ordered surgery on Shoma, to basically implanted him with his red Gavv / his henshin device to give him his powers in order to make him strong and to protect himself. And then he explains that his father ordered that his mother and Shoma to basically be safe in the mansion, and basically not interact with the human world. And Shoma's like, that's miserable. My mom was miserable, and that she felt captive, and that she didn't feel loved by my father. And then Shoma's uncle is like, but your father did really love you and your uncle, and that he was trying to protect you guys. And that Shoma's a little bit saddened, but also a little bit mad at this. And we see Shoma's uncle Dente. Sorry if I'm gonna butcher some things, but Shoma's uncle basically offers Shoma some red potato chips and to eat. And then Shoma gets a little bit angry, and he's a little pissed off that that he and his mother were forced to live in, and that his father's world, and that they couldn't go to the human world. But also he's pissed off and sad that that his mother was forced to be sad, and that Shoma runs off in anger and sadness. And then we cut to eventually cut to Hanto is looking at the lead where the monster is, and then we see Hanto eventually finds one of Shoma's Gochiso, and this Shoma's Gochiso leads Hanto to this building, and this building has Shita and Jeep's agents, and they captured humans, people, and that they're about to take these captured people to the Granutes world and have them be processed into dark treats. Oh, I almost forgot. There's another scene where we see our Monster Week and another Granute that will be important in next episode 6, and that eventually this Granute is offered to do a special job in return for another dark treat. So let's move on to another important scene. So then we cut to Shoma. He's still sad, and that Shoma thinks on another memory from his past when Shoma was a kid, that Shoma is talking to his mom about how the world that they live in, the Granute world, is so dark, and that Shoma's mom is really sad, that she really wants to go back home to the human world, and that Shoma's mom is trying to try to be a little happy and try to comfort her son. But eventually, she tells Shoma to go to bed, and then young Shoma does go to bed. But eventually, his mom does cry, and Shoma's, a little bit kid Shoma's a little upset about this. And we see Shoma's father walk in, telling Shoma to come with him, and Shoma doesn't want to go with his father. And we see, his mother step in and trying to stop this. And then we see, Shoma's father, just, push, Shoma's mom to the ground, and and then we see young Shoma is like telling his dad to stop, don't do that to mom. And Shoma's dad is just give a and just walk back away. And then we cut to present day Shoma, where he's still sad, and we see Shoma seeing a mother and her son, and her son is crying because her son dropped his favorite toy in like a sewer drain, and we see Shoma, helps out, the mother, and her son gets, his toy back, and we see, Shoma's helps out the mother and gives back, the toy to, her son, and we see the son gets happy, and we see the mother's happy, and the mother thanks Shoma for, getting her son's toy back, and we see Shoma a little get motivated again, and he eats, the spicy chips, and he gets a new Gochiso, which is a spicy variant of his Zaku form. And we get to see, Shoma's Gochiso that was with Hanto comes back to inform Shoma that, Hanto is, alone, and that he discovered, the agents, and Shoma rushes in to, try to, save Hanto, and we see Hanto, makes a distraction to, get the agent's attention, and we get to see the agents, looking for the distraction, and we get to see the agents discover Hanto, and we see, the agents eventually, knocks out Hanto, and we get to see at the right moment in time, Shoma appears and, saves Hanto, and we see Shoma transforms into his base form, fighting the agents. And then we get to see, Shoma and the agents are at like this big like warehouse, and like they're fighting, and Shoma uses his Zaku chip form to, even the odds. And we get to see Shoma is fighting, and it's a really cool fight scene between Shoma and the agents. Really awesome fight scene. Shoma gets a little distracted, and the agents gets an upper hand. But then Shoma uses his new spicy chip Gochiso to use his chip blades to turn him into fire chip blades, which is really awesome. And he uses his combos to fight the agents. And we cut to Hanto. He's awake, and he's trying to free to free, the captured people. And we cut back to Shoma fighting the agents. And Shoma's using his fire chip blades to, destroy, the agents. And we get to see him using his final attack, which is using his chip blades to use a fire move. And it's a really cool effect and move. And it's really cool to see. And it was pretty awesome to see. And then we see Hanto trying to free, the captured people. And, we see Shoma goes back to, Hanto. He says, don't do that. It could, hurt them more. And we see Shoma freeing the captured people. And we see the captured people are, scared of Shoma. And then we see Hanto stands up for Shoma, telling him that this guy is not a monster, that he's the hero, he's a Kamen Rider, and that he's not a monster. And we see Shoma thanking Hanto, and eventually goes, his separate ways. And we cut to Hanto is at Sachiki, thanking Sachiki for the information, and eventually Hanto leaves. And then we see Shoma eventually going back to Sachiki's, workplace, and we see Sachiki and Shoma, talking and meeting up again. And Sachiki's a little bit upset that Shoma left without saying goodbye, or just left without saying where he was going. And Shoma apologizes, saying that he's very sorry and that he was thinking about that he wants to make people happy and be like Sachiki and help people and make them happy, and that he hopes that he can work with her again. And Sachiki thinks about this, and that she's, happy that Shoma's back, and that she says, welcome back, and that she offers Shoma a job again, and also a place to live with her. And so that's nice and wholesome. And then we cut to Hanto's boss. He's, at the stakeout where the illegal gambling were supposed to be, and, it's a bust. And Hanto's boss is about to leave until, we see our Granu Monster of the Week for next episode shows up. And eventually, the Granu captures Hanto's boss, and then the episode ends off there. But overall, what do I think about episode 5? Episode 5 was a really good episode. We got to a little bit learn about Shoma's backstory and a little bit about his past, and about the Granu world and how his mother and father met. And we got to see Shoma's uncle. We get to see a little bit more of Hanto. And we got to see a little bit more of the world building for Kamen Rider Gavv. But overall, this was a solid and good episode. But overall, I hope you guys like and enjoy this episode. And stay tuned for more content on the channel. Stay tuned for more Transformers and Tokusatsu content on the channel. And more non-Tokusatsu content on the channel. And stay tuned for more awesome content that's going to be coming to the channel. And overall, that's going to be it for this video. Make sure to like and share this video. Also, subscribe to the channel. By subscribing to the channel, you'll be really supporting me as a content creator and really supporting the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.